The Alpaka Metro bag is a sleek, compact backpack with just enough organization that can also fit a 14-inch laptop. It's got built-in accessories and is compatible with their hub system for an additional cost. It comes in 2 different colors and can blend in a multitude of environments. Fashion. Do I like it? Overall, yes. But is it perfect? No, no bag really is. Let's dig into it. They did reach out to me to ask if I wanted to test and review another bag, and I took a look, and the Metro backpack interested me because it just so ends up that I actually needed a small backpack for quick going into the office trips. They have no say whatsoever in my review. The pandemic really changed some things, and I work full-time remote now, but I have access to an office that I do go into once in a while just to, you know, see people's faces. That's always nice. And I actually bought a Bellroy Transit work pack with my own money, and I have a full review that you can check out on my channel as well. I still do use it all the time for groceries, for my dance classes, board game nights, my tech bag when I'm traveling and have a carry-on. And I do love the clamshell opening. But I was starting to realize that it was a little bit big for my quick go into the office work trips when I just really needed a notebook and a laptop and very, very few items. And it was just a little bit too big for that, especially because the bulk part, the main compartment of the Bellroy Transit work pack was empty usually. It's a very sleek looking bag. It wasn't getting caught on anything and it was still keeping its shape, but it just felt unnecessarily big considering I didn't actually need that much volume. So this is where the Alpaka Metro backpack comes in. This is a sub $100 US bag. It comes in at $95. If you are interested in this bag, all of the links are in the description down below. Please do purchase from those links. It costs you nothing, but it does help support the channel, and also you do get a great discount code that is special for my viewers because I did ask Alpaka if they could boost the discount code. It comes in 2 colors, black and army green. They're both really nice. I opted for black because I hadn't had a black backpack in a while, and black is my color of choice. It is very sleek looking. As you can see, there's nothing really sticking out of it anywhere. It's got nice feel, nice fabric to it. It's also pretty small. It's a 12-liter bag. And I like its small size because I am 5'3", and a lot of backpacks just kind of tend to look very big on me. Reminds me of being a little kid and having a giant backpack because you haven't grown into your backpack yet. But I am a grown adult and that is not a great feeling. The bag is 16.54 inches tall, 9.84 inches wide, and 6.10 inches deep. It's also very lightweight. It weighs 0.8 kilograms, under 2 pounds at 1.76 pounds. You can see I can lift it with one finger, no problem. Can I even do it with my pinky? Yes, I can. It actually can kind of stand up on its own. It doesn't do a very good job because it's quite rigid, so it sort of can stand on its own, but it's not floppy. So with a bag like this, I tend to just lean it on something anyway. It doesn't flop all over the place, which has happened in the past with other bags, leaning against a table, a chair, the desk. And it holds up very well, very easy to access things because it's staying up. Let's talk about padding and comfort. It is a very simple bag, and because you're not gonna have the craziest loadout in these bags, it doesn't have the most insane padding, nor do you need it. Over here we have a very simple, I don't know, that like dense foam structure in there. It's comfortable enough for me. One thing that I find is a bit odd on me is that sometimes it feels like the straps are slipping off my shoulder, but they're not, but it feels like it. And I can't explain why. It's not a super slippery material either. It's got friction to it. I haven't seen anybody else comment on this really on reviews on their website. I think I'm very particular about things sometimes, so that might just be a me thing. So take that with a grain of salt. It's got also this little channel right here. I am not a very sweaty person, so this has been sufficient for me, and the padding has been sufficient for me. It's been absolutely comfortable for me. I don't feel the laptop because the laptop sits right back here. Another thing you'll notice with the bag is that it is a little bit angled down here, so it does make it a little harder for the bag to stand on its own. And that, the bag angled like that is probably to be able to bring the load of the bag towards your back, and it grounds it and it makes it feel less heavy than to have everything further away from the pack, right? I've noticed this on bags more and more, and it is a small detail that I do appreciate. I don't know how well it works. but I will assume it does. Easy to adjust your straps with this. It's got this little loop here. You can maybe stick it in there. Not the best, but not the worst either. Metal on the buckle, which is nice. Here you have little tabs. You have the Alpaka logo here, and you can connect things onto here should you want to. It's got a very simple non-pad. It feels like there's something in there, an extra bit of material. Very simple kind of seatbelt webbing handle. It's not the most comfortable, but it also doesn't have to be, like I said, it's not gonna be a bag. You're gonna have the heaviest things. Could have been a better handle, but also given the size of this bag, I didn't feel it was that necessary. So I'm gonna point it out, but I don't feel it's a negative. And then for the materials, you can see it's really nice fabric all over. I haven't noticed it collecting dust. It keeps clean. It's a material that they have that's called Axoflux Weatherproof. And it's a recycled fabric, poly 300D polyester, as I'm assuming. Very resistant, like hasn't had any scuffs or any issues so far. The zippers are quiet, thankfully, on this. Very simple pull tabs, quiet, doesn't make a noise. So no clinking and clanking like I had on the Alpaka Bravo sling. There's a weatherproof zipper right here. It's a YKK. And then the main compartment doesn't have a weatherproof zipper, but there is a flap on here. I mean, it could happen that you would be caught in the rain, but you would have to be very unlucky for any water to get in here and actually damage anything that's inside. The flap is pretty generous in terms of it going over the zipper. And in fact, I actually found it sometimes difficult to open and close because it would maybe kind of get stuck. This bag is quite rigid. The zipper pull is quite rigid. So it makes it very easy for it to go along the track. See, it just kind of did it right there, Will. If you go really fast or at a certain angle, it may get caught. See right here? That right here sometimes can get a little stuck if it's sticking out. But generally, it hasn't been an issue. Generally though, it's been pretty smooth. There's only two compartments. There is a front compartment and a main compartment. No quick access pockets, although I don't feel like you need it. Like I said, it's a small bag. Also, so you will notice that there is no outside water bottle holder. I love when the water bottle holder's on the outside, being able to grab the water bottle easily on the go, to be able to drink it, have easy access, and also for it to take up less volume inside the bag. I believe that this was a design decision, and even though that this backpack is not clamshell and it doesn't have to be at the size it is, the zipper pulls do go all the way down here to almost the bottom of the bag on both sides. And this gives you really good access into the pack to be able to reach in here and see everything that you need to see and get everything that you need to get. The two things I really do enjoy having on a bag that I find is overlooked, I guess in some way, is the outside water bottle holder that can look sleek. That is important, not to just have this ugly mesh thing that can get caught, but have a really nice sleek one that when there is no water bottle in there, it could blend seamlessly into the rest of the bag. I've seen it well integrated. There are ways to do it. And the other thing that I really like is pen loops. This does have pen loops. Let's now talk about the organization of the bag since we are open. And while we're here, let me talk about the material that is right here. Now, this is a honeycomb ripstop nylon, 300D in their cool gray color. It's nice, I like it. I also have this soft touch scratch proof laptop. They also have this soft touch laptop holder. On the hand, it doesn't feel that soft particularly, but it works fine for a laptop. I've not noticed any scratches on my MacBook. Then you have this cute little logo, very minimal branding, which I really like on this bag. Alpaka, keep moving forward. Your laptop compartment. This is the 14-inch MacBook Pro that goes right in there. But you see, getting the laptop into the compartment, sometimes you might have to move this over so it doesn't just go slip right in like if it was a top axis. It has a little bit of give, so it's not elastic, the sides. As you can see, there's no elastic here. If you don't have a MacBook, it could still fit. There's a little bit of room at the top here, although I wouldn't go that much bigger. And there's a room over here as well to fit a bigger laptop. So to get my laptop out, I generally have to do a pull. It's a one swoop movement, so I just pull it in like this. And then to put in my laptop, I just usually put it by the sides and like that. Also, a suspended bottom, so the laptop compartment doesn't touch the bottom of the ground it's sitting on, which is great because I don't know about you, but I tend to be a little bit careless with my stuff, and then I'll just kind of go pop it in like that. And I don't need to worry because it is a padded bottom and it doesn't touch the ground. Suspended laptop compartment, which I really do like. Organization is quite minimal. For me, I like that. I don't want to have more things than I need. If I really wanted a lot of organization, I was moving things from bag to bag, I'd probably invest in a tech pack, but honestly, I don't. I have things that I have in almost every single bag that is a necessity, which is lip balm, gum, floss, I would say are my must-haves in every bag. Oh, and female hygiene products. Tissue to like blow my nose is probably what I have in every single bag. This is the main compartment. And over here we have two nice double layered mesh elastic. Put whatever you want. Your hard drive, maybe your phone. There's an elastic band over here, and then the mesh itself is a little bit elasticy as well. So it's very well built. Then on this other side right here, you have two big pockets right here. Just to show you, this Hitch water bottle, it's a girthy one because it has this hidden cup in it. So it's really big. I find it hard to fit this in my Bellroy water bottle holder, and actually surprisingly it fits very well in this one. However, it takes up quite a bit of space once it's in. This becomes my Alpaka water bottle, and then this swell looking, very typical, I think 750 milliliter water bottle. This one I leave in my Bellroy, and just to show you how that fits in here, this one will fit in way easier like that. It takes up quite a bit of space in here. Not half, but it still does take up some space in here. Now, these two are not elastic. They're very well built. There's a reinforcement at the top. Then you have this, same materials here, double layered as well, semi-elastic with another quiet zipper. We open that and we have things in here. You can put whatever you want. I have a USB charger and headphones. What's really great with this front compartment is if I sling it to on my right shoulder like this, I can have quick access like this and reach into my bag. There are organizers that are like this. It's a double layer material. It's folded on itself. It's rigid, there's no elastic. I find that the items in here stay in here. On my Bellroy Transit, the material's a little bit thinner and whatever I put in here tends to kind of fall out. So it doesn't work well, the organization, as well as this one. Everything looks really well done. It looks very premium. It is premium. The way that they designed this. On my Bellroy, I noticed that the flap in here is a single layered thing and it's just been sewn on very much just like we need to put a pocket here. Whereas here, it's super integrated. The sewing lines, they're all like at the end, it goes to the end. The craftsmanship is really nice on this bag. I have my YouTube cards. I have little business cards I give out sometimes because people stop me and ask me about my biking gear a lot. So I just started carrying business cards. Then I have a little foldable tote in case I decide to do a little grocery run. My pen loops. Oh, pen loops. The first thing I did when I got this bag was put a pen in here. My mom used to say, always used to say, carry a pen in like every bag. She was right. Then over here I have my battery charger. Oh, I have more business cards. My God, I really loaded this one up. I didn't realize I had them in the other pocket. It has its own volume from the front compartment, so it doesn't eat the volume in the main compartment. And you can see that right here with this stitching that allows you to fit things in here. As you can see, it bumps out. You can see that with the stitching down here and here. And it's pretty sizable. You can fit an iPad with a case in here. I have it my 5x8 notebook that I love. It's a half letter size and it's pretty thick and it goes in here without any issue, without taking up space. Like that. Over here we have this nice fun built-in accessory, which is a magnetic, oh God, I love some good magnets, a magnetic key ring. And it works like a lot of their other key rings, so you gotta do a little twist. There we go. You can put your keys here, whatever you want. But this system doesn't work with the rest of their hub systems. If you only need this one key and you like it and this is your bag, you're a minimalist, it's great. However, if you want something a little bit more expandable, they have a system called Hub, which I also asked them to pass me because I really wanted this super sleek key card system. Now, the only thing I do not like with this hub system is this gigantic clip. You can put heavier items on here, so maybe it needed to be this hefty. At least on the black and black bag, visually, you don't notice it and it never gets in the way because it's like over here. They have multiple other accessories that you could buy. Hand sanitizers, little accessory pouches where you could put a pen, baby toolkit that you carry around, business cards. They have a bunch on their website that works with this. And then they have a hub system that I was really considering getting that you can stick in your house, and then you could basically take your keys, anything that is on this system, which really doesn't take up a lot of space here, and you could magnetically stick it onto their hub system in your home and have all your keys and accessories right there, right at your entrance and exit of your home. I don't like the way that they built it, in the sense that I would have preferred screws to be the part of the system. The way to mount it is currently only with double-sided tape, and I don't want to ruin my walls. I've already brought this up to them. If they choose to mount it another way with perhaps screws, I would be down to get that hub system and invest more in their entire hub system, because even if you don't get this bag, you could potentially use their hub system in all of your other packs. All you need is somewhere to hook it onto. To show you the versatility of the hub system, I have here 2 Alpaka products to demo this on, but really you can use the hub system on anything, as you can buy the clip and attach it. So let's say I had an accessory pouch, or in my case, a key card, but let's say accessory pouch, because that would be even more interesting and more versatile to bring from bag to bag. I could pop it off onto here, and in this case, in my other Alpaka bag, there is a hub system back here. Now, like I said, if you had a clip in another bag, another backpack, that could also work. So I could just take it from this bag into this bag, and it's nice and secure and easy to pull out. The clip is really great because there is this piece right here, this little hook. Once it's in there, it's in there. It magnetically sticks on very well. I've kept this on because I don't find it visually obtrusive. It has not once come off, but it's super easy to pull off. So whatever they've done with all these little hooks and notches in here, it works very well, because it will not come off. No matter what you do, it doesn't come off. But pull on the tab, it comes right off. And you look so cool. So this works really well for me because I go into an office where there is a fob and a card system, and I do need a key because we have a little office within that co-working space. And so it just allows me to go in there and go, boop. I have my key right here, which is super. And then once I'm at the office, because I still need access to the restricted area of the building, the VIP area, I just pop this into my pocket and I have my key card with me all the time. And I take public transit, I actually throw my card in here as well, so that when I get into the metro or the bus, it's really simple. I just go beep, beep. It's very sleek. I love not having to dig around for any of my stuff and have everything right there. The practicality and functionality of not having to fiddle around for things is great. I do love a good organization. I can link everything for you, don't worry. You can fit the key card here, and you have 2 other slots for key cards. I even threw on the key in there because I can, because it's a little D-ring. It's very easy to pop this on and off. You hold here and you kind of twist it and it comes right off, and then you just stick it right back in. And I've never had anything close to feeling like it's detached. I love the matte black look, blends in seamlessly with my aesthetic. There's also this frosted front. If you have a key card or some sort of ID card with your face, it's you know, people don't have to see where you work, your details, and your face on a awkward photograph, probably, that is terribly lit. So you get to have the convenience and your privacy, I guess, in that sense. This is what I would pack for a typical workday. My 14-inch MacBook Pro, the charger, an ergonomic mouse, my notebook, pen, headphones, and key card to get into the building, as well as my water bottle. Now keep in mind that this is a quite large water bottle compared to, I would say, a lot of other water bottles, because it has a hidden cup. I'm going to maximize what I would even fit in a typical work day with extras. We're gonna put a container that would make a lunch. It's a pretty big glass container as well. Keyboard, a roof stand in order to lift the laptop for a more ergonomic setup. Put the laptop back here. We'll put the keyboard here. Now this water bottle in one of these pockets in here, as well as the charger. Throw it in here, put the mouse in here. It's already quite filled up in here. By putting things in here, you are eating up quite a bit of space. You can see here, there's very little left. I don't think that this would fit in here, should I throw it in there like that. Actually, it kind of does fit. We'll stick the roof stand. Headphones, although headphones I typically would wear them, but let's just put it in here for the sake of this video. Close this all up. Key card. Keep in mind here, I also already do have a battery pack. We'll throw the notebook into here, as well as the pen. It's a little bit tight, but it does all fit. Typically though, like I said, I would be wearing the headphones, so my lunch wouldn't necessarily be at the bottom of the pack, maybe be more towards the top. Not that I need that extra space anymore, and I could shuffle things around in there to make it fit. And if you had some sort of wireless earbud instead, it would definitely fit in the pack, no problem. Overall, summary, I do like this pack. It's sleek. It has just enough organization. It's very well crafted, very well built, well thought out. It's comfortable. It is small, but holds everything that I need. Just enough organization. Pen loops. It has pen loops. It's got good visibility inside with that gray, that cool gray contrast. Easy to find your things in there. Sturdy, well built, good materials. What I don't love is I would have loved a water bottle holder that didn't take up that much space in my pack. I really do like it. It's also very competitive with a lot of other bags in this price range and this size. So if you're looking for a bag that is easy for quick in and out office trips, and I also use this for other things like quick day trips where I don't need to do a lot of things or carry that much stuff, but just want something that's more than a sling bag, I will use this. I'll use this for my workouts because I don't need to carry a lot of things, or in the winter, if I'm going somewhere else and they're like, you need to bring your indoor shoes, I will throw them in here and it fits perfectly and I don't have to awkwardly carry them in a tote or in my hands. I prefer having them in a bag. I do put it in a shoe bag because I don't want to dirty my bag. I do reach for this bag more often than not. If you're looking for a bag that's a little bit bigger, you can check out the review for my Bellroy Transit Work Pack right here. If you really like the Alpaka brand, or you're curious about another bag I reviewed from them that's a sling that I used traveling, you can check that review out right here. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.